Internet, hi, I'm back. I'm still in my house. You can tell it's my house because there's left-handed guitars on either side of me. And we got Steve, and we got bars on the windows to keep all the crazy people out during this insane, crazy time. We got a microphone and a squeaky chair. Today we're going to talk about the Telecaster. I should have brought my Telecaster. That would have been some good foresight that I did not have. Today we're talking about the Fender Telecaster, also the Squier Telecaster, and the rip-off Telecaster, which comes in many shapes and sizes and colors. Actually, it doesn't come in very many sizes. It's all pretty straightforward. So most of these are going to be very similar to the Stratocaster with a couple little variations here and there. So if you're having tuning stability issues on your Fender and or Squier Telecaster, then you want to go for the PQL 5000. And we also make that in left-handed for us lefties. That'd be the PQL 5000-L0. So the 5000 is convertible, meaning it can work in either a flat slot or a curved slot. The top radius on that nut is 9.5 inches, which is pretty standard for Fender and Squier. And there's some ranges that'll have the exact same radius in the slot as it does on the fretboard. So they don't change the routing machine when it's going in and just doing the fretboard. It just goes in and does the slot. So if you have a guitar that has a curved slot, it will be the same as the fretboard. So you can just sand that little tab that you see in the center there off, and it'll pop right on. There are some modern Telecasters that usually you'll be able to tell they'll be called a contemporary or tele modern or something like that. And it has a more modern or flat radius on the fretboard, and that'll be 12 inches. And for that, you'll need either the 5043 or the 5042. The only difference really with those is whether it's 43 millimeters long or 42 millimeters long. So just measure with calipers or look online to see the specs and then get which one will fit better. We also make string trees out of our Tusk XL material, which is a man-made ivory. It is very resonant and made with the frequencies of a guitar in mind. It's also impregnated with Teflon, or PTFE, because Teflon's trademarked or whatever. So it's permanently lubricated and the strings won't get stuck in there or bind or anything in the slots. And for Telecasters, they'll use the exact same string trees as Stratocasters or pretty much anyone that uses string trees at all. But those will be the PQL 7004s or the PT 7004. And we also do a pack that comes with the PT 5000 and the PT 7004, and that is the PT 5001. Save a couple bucks to buy them both together. Now, if you got a Tele with a B-bender or you're having any string breakage issues, then you'll want to go with a set of our string saver saddles. There's a couple more options with Telecasters. They'll either have the standard Fender style block saddles or the bent steel saddles, so the PS 8000s will be the ones that you want to go for that, or PG if you're wanting the string saver classics. And the main difference between those is either the PS 8000s, the string saver originals, are entirely made out of our string saver material. It's a lot more warmer, a lot more resonant, or the PG 8000s are a metal saddle with our string saver insert. Those are going to be a little more brighter with that spike around 2K that a metal saddle will normally have, but both will drastically reduce the amount of string breakage you've got. Telecasters have a couple different variations where they will use barrel saddles. So either it'll be 3 barrels, so it'll be 2 strings per barrel, or it'll be 6 barrels. They're really easy to tell the difference. You just look and count. So we have the PS 8163 saddles. Those are pre-intonated as well, so you've got really good intonation, which is quite uncommon with the barrel saddles. Normally they're just like hunks of metal that don't have any intonation, and you gotta bend them weird to at least try to get close. So yeah, the PS 8163, and those are also available in left-handed. So the PS 8163-L0, just like any of the other nuts, just put an L on it and it's lefty. And yeah, so those will be for the 3-barrel saddle. We also have ones for the more vintage, less common, but the 6-barrel saddles, where they're little tiny saddles that sit on the string goes off to the side. And those are the PS 8166. The bridges on Telecasters are actually a little further away compared to a Stratocaster, so they come with extra long screws in the pack, so if you're needing just a little extra room to get the intonation that you need, they will come right in the box. And for the Tele Elites or the Telecaster Elites, they require a pretty unique saddle actually, and we make a set that is specifically for that. That is the PS 8102. They've got 3 facing one way and 3 facing another way, and they're a little shorter, so they fit on the bridge a lot better. And then you can get the string breakage stopping. That sentence could use some work. You'll stop breaking strings. That's what I meant to say. I don't know why I didn't say that. And also some Telecaster bridges require an offset saddle, so that means the screw is off to the right or left, whether you're left or right-handed. But those will be the PS 8001-R0 for the right-handed ones and -L0 for the left-handed ones. If you look at it and instead of in the center, it's off to one side, then get those ones. And all the saddles that are available available in the String Saver original saddles, except for the 6-barrel tiny little Telecaster ones are available in our Ghost Piezo system as well. If you're wanting a realistic acoustic sound on your electric or wanting to go into the world of MIDI, then we've got plenty of options for that. As I said, only the 6-barrel ones aren't available in that because they're tiny and they're entirely full of screws, so there's literally nowhere we can put the wires or crystals. And those are all the saddles. Telecasters have a bunch of different bridges because the first bridge that they had, it was cool, the ashtray bridge, but it had a lot of problems. So people decided they would make a bunch of different ones, so that's why we have a bunch of different ones. Anyway, Telecasters rule. You should have one. If you don't have one, you're missing out, dude. They're crazy. Anyway, if you're wanting even more tuning stability, or you're wanting to look at some locking tuners, or if you're just like, man, those ratio tuners those GraphTech guys make sound like the best tuners in the world, because they are. So yeah, with the Fender and Squier stuff, if it's a Squier and you don't see any screw holes on it, then any of our 6-in-line tuners will be a drop-in replacement because they use the same 2-pin mounting system that our tuners do. So the PS 8721 or 8731 will be a drop-in replacement for that, and they come in a bunch of different colors. If you have a Fender and you don't see any screws and they have the 2-pin on the side that you don't see, then any of our tuners will also fit on there. But since Fender uses a proprietary 2-pin mount, for some reason, you will need to buy the Fender specific plates for those, and those are the PRT 952-201 plates. Then those will convert directly to the Fender 2-pin mount and they'll just pop right on. If you have a 45-degree angle screw coming off the tuners or 2 in the corner each side, then we include 4 different sets of mounting plates for free in the box, and they're made out of the brushed aluminum material, so they're inexpensive for us to produce, so we can give them to you for free. So you're welcome. You get tuners and a present. Yeah, and if you want the fancy gold or black or nickel or, I don't know, maybe we'll come up with blue and red ones. If you ask enough, maybe we'll do it. Those ones are available separately. So you could either get the matching color of the tuners, or you could mix and match and make like a zebra thing where you got like black tuners and then gold plates. Actually, that sounds really cool. I might do that. Do I have any black guitars? I mean, not really. Ooh. You could do like a Black Beauty thing, or you could do like the Les Paul custom thing, but on a Tele with the gold binding. Anyway, yeah, so you can get those and do weird stuff like that. But yeah, those are pretty much all the parts that you can get for your Telecaster. If you have any questions, leave them right down below, and I will read them with my eyeballs. Steve will moderate too. And if you have a suggestion for a type of guitar that you have that you're wanting a bunch of different parts for that will make it the best guitar ever, then also leave that in the comments below. Hit the like button. If you're new here, you should hit the subscribe button. I'm pretty sure it's over here. Is it going to be over there? Nope, it's going to be right there. All right, hit the subscribe button. It's over there. There's also a bell. It does things like... Whoa! Isn't that right, Steve? And yeah, we'll see you next week. Party hard.